You know that feeling when you realize you've been scammed? That's exactly how the owners of these 7 SUVs feel every time they start their cars. We're going to save you from making that mistake. Ready to find out which models should come with a warning sticker? Let's find out. First up, we have the Jeep 4xe models. When you think of Jeep, you probably think of ruggedness, reliability, and off-road capability. But with their 4xe hybrid models, including the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee, Jeep's iconic reputation is taking a serious hit. These SUVs were touted as the perfect combination of legendary Jeep performance and modern, eco-friendly hybrid technology. Sounds like the best of both worlds. Unfortunately, for many owners, that promise quickly turns into disappointment. The biggest problem with the Jeep 4xe models is their hybrid battery system, which should be the beating heart of an innovative off-road machine, is instead a potential fire hazard. Reports of battery failures causing vehicles to catch fire have even the most dedicated Jeep enthusiasts on edge. Imagine racing off-road, feeling invincible, only to smell something burning and realize it's your own vehicle. The problems don't stop with the battery. These hybrids are plagued by transmission failures that leave owners frustrated and irritated. Add to that a host of electronic glitches, and you have a car that spends more time in the shop than on the road. Mechanics are often at a loss trying to diagnose the problems. If you're dreaming of winter off-road adventures, the 4xe models have another surprise in store: the hybrid system's poor performance in cold weather. Many owners report that the hybrid system performs poorly in cold temperatures, reducing the vehicle's overall performance. For a brand that built its name on conquering all kinds of trails, that's a major disappointment. One scathing report summed it up: Jeep 4xe models have too many unresolved issues to inspire confidence in their longevity. Owners feel like they're paying a lot of money for a vehicle that's unreliable at best and dangerous at worst. Here's the funny thing: Jeep's entire reputation is built on the promise of versatility and toughness, but with the 4xe models, it feels like they've created a hybrid that doesn't go anywhere and requires constant repairs. For anyone expecting Jeep's legendary durability, these hybrids are a huge disappointment. Next on the list is the Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue is one of those SUVs that you see everywhere, a popular choice for families and daily commuters. At first glance, it appears to be a reliable and rugged vehicle, but beneath its sleek exterior are a host of issues that have earned it a reputation for unreliability. If you're considering the Rogue as your next vehicle, you'll want to know, at the heart of the Nissan Rogue's problems is its turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. This engine uses variable compression technology, which promises better efficiency and performance. But here's the harsh reality: this technology is overly complex and prone to failure. Internal bearing and link failures are common problems that can lead to catastrophic engine failure. Imagine driving down the highway. Everything seems normal, and then suddenly you hear a strange knocking noise. Before you know what's happening, the power drops and the engine completely fails. For many Rogue owners, this isn't a hypothetical situation. It's their reality. As if the engine issues weren't enough, the Rogue's continuously variable transmission, CVT, adds another layer of headache. CVTs are notorious for premature failure. Unlike traditional transmissions, the Rogue CVT can't be repaired. If it fails, it must be completely replaced, leaving a huge hole in your wallet. The Rogue's problems have become so severe that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, has launched an investigation into the engine failures. When the government starts looking into a vehicle, it's a big red flag. For Rogue owners, it's both a warning and a hope that Nissan will be forced to take responsibility. Owning a Nissan Rogue is like playing Russian roulette with your wallet. It's not a question of if it will break, but when. And when it does, you'll be faced with repair bills that rival the value of the car itself. From engine repairs to transmission replacements, the Rogue is a financial black hole waiting to swallow you whole. There's also the emotional toll. Every time you turn the key, you wonder, will my engine fail today? That kind of stress isn't what anyone wants from their daily driver. For an SUV that's supposed to bring peace of mind, The Rogue delivers the opposite. Now let's talk about the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid was supposed to revolutionize the minivan market by combining family practicality with advanced hybrid technology. It promised fuel efficiency, environmental friendliness, and all the features you'd expect from a modern minivan. But in reality, the Pacifica Hybrid was a cautionary tale, proving that innovation without reliability is a recipe for disaster. The Pacifica Hybrid's problems begin with its hybrid system, which has proven to be far from reliable. Owners report frequent failures, ranging from the system shutting off while driving to complete failures. Imagine heading out on a family road trip with kids in the back seat and a full trunk when the hybrid system decides to give out. You're left on the side of the road, trying to figure out how a $40,000 minivan has become such a liability. Even more alarming is the fire risk associated with the Pacifica Hybrid. Problems with the hybrid system and battery have led to numerous recalls because these problems pose serious safety risks. The thought of your minivan catching fire in the garage or on the highway is the stuff of nightmares for any parent. Not only is the Pacifica Hybrid unreliable, it's also incredibly difficult to repair. Chrysler technicians, who you'd expect to know these cars intimately, often have trouble diagnosing and fixing problems. That means owners wait weeks or even months for repairs. The dreamy hybrid minivan ends up in the shop while families search for alternative transportation. The Pacifica Hybrid has been hit with so many recalls that it's practically breaking records. These aren't minor tweaks, but serious safety issues. Each recall is another reminder that Chrysler may have rushed this vehicle to market without addressing all of its kinks. The Pacifica Hybrid was marketed as the perfect family vehicle, but its reliability issues tell a different story. Families want a minivan they can trust to transport their loved ones safely and reliably, but instead the Pacifica Hybrid brings constant stress, with safety risks and breakdowns outweighing any fuel savings. Sure, the Pacifica Hybrid might save you a little money at the pump, but those savings are quickly offset by the cost of ongoing repairs and the emotional toll of dealing with its problems. It's hard to feel good about the eco-friendly choice when your car spends more time in the shop than on the road. Now let's move on to the Ford Bronco Sport. The Ford Bronco Sport burst onto the scene promising off-road capability and adventure in a compact, stylish package. It quickly became a favorite among outdoor enthusiasts and weekend warriors. But beneath the rugged exterior are a host of issues that turn adventure dreams into nightmares. At the heart of the Bronco Sport's problems is its 1.5-liter EcoBoost engine. While it may sound like a powerful little engine, it has become infamous for a critical issue: cracked fuel injectors. These cracks can lead to fuel leaks, which in the worst-case scenario can cause an engine fire. Ford has even issued recalls over the issue, but for many owners, the financial and emotional damage has already been done. Imagine heading out on a camping trip, ready to conquer the great outdoors, only to see smoke billowing out from under the hood. That's not the kind of adventure anyone dreams of. If the fire risk weren't enough, the EcoBoost engine also suffers from turbocharger failures and overheating issues. These issues can leave drivers stranded in the middle of nowhere, far from civilization, with a vehicle that's not built for the elements. For a vehicle that's marketed as a rugged off-roader, these reliability issues are a huge letdown. Ford replaces many of these defective engines under warranty, but the sheer number of replacements raises serious questions about the Bronco Sport's longevity. For owners, this often means multiple trips to the dealership, long waits for repairs, and mounting frustration as their supposed adventure vehicle spends more time in the shop than on the trail. The Ford Bronco name conjures images of rugged reliability and all-terrain capability, but the Bronco Sport struggles to live up to that legacy. Rather than being a reliable companion for off-road adventures, it feels more like a gamble. Owners wonder, will my car start today? Will it overheat? Will it catch fire? That's not the kind of stress you need for your daily commute or a wilderness adventure. Beyond the safety risks and hassle of repairs, the Bronco Sport also takes a toll on owners' wallets. Constant repairs, engine replacements, and downtime quickly add up, turning this SUV into a financial headache. What starts out as an investment in adventure quickly turns into a money pit. Infiniti QX50. Luxury cars are often considered the pinnacle of quality, comfort, and reliability, but the Infiniti QX50 is a prime example of how a prestigious brand and a high price tag don't always guarantee a great driving experience. Underneath its high-end exterior are a host of problems that leave owners regretting their choice. The Infiniti QX50 is essentially a luxury counterpart to the Nissan Rogue. While it comes with leather seats and premium trim, it also inherits the same turbocharged 3-cylinder engine and continuously variable transmission, CVT, that plague the Rogue. These components are notoriously unreliable. The engine's variable compression technology causes frequent breakdowns, and the CVT is prone to premature failure. Simply put, the QX50 is the Rogue's more expensive twin, with the same problems only in a plusher package. For a car that's marketed as a luxury SUV, the QX50's reliability issues are shocking. Consumers expect cars in this price range to provide peace of mind, not constant trips to the repair shop. The irony is obvious. You're paying a premium price for a car that offers budget-level reliability. It's like spending a fortune on filet mignon and ending up with a fast food taste. Even Consumer Reports, an authoritative source on car reliability, gave the QX50 a low score. Their verdict: significantly below average reliability ratings, making it a questionable choice for those looking for a reliable, luxury SUV. Reviews note that owning this car feels more like a chore than a joy, as frequent repairs overshadow its high-end features. Infiniti, once a strong contender in the luxury SUV market, has suffered because of models like the QX50. By packaging Nissan's problematic technology into a more expensive model, Infiniti has left many customers feeling shortchanged. This raises serious questions about the brand's long-term commitment to quality. With the QX50, it's not just the initial cost that hurts. Constant maintenance, expensive repairs, and potential engine or transmission failures make this SUV a financial burden. What should be a long-term luxury investment often turns into a money pit. The Infiniti QX50 may look like a dream on the showroom floor, but for many owners, it quickly turns into a nightmare. Using the same unreliable components as the Nissan Rogue, it doesn't live up to the expectations of a luxury SUV. If you're looking for a reliable, comfortable vehicle, you'll want to look elsewhere, because with the QX50, we're paying more for the same problems in a prettier package. Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra. The Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra have long been considered icons of American automotive excellence. Powerful, reliable trucks that earned a reputation for their promise of rugged performance, but recent problems have tarnished that legacy, turning these workhorses into a source of frustration for their loyal fans. If you're considering one of these full-size trucks, you need to know what you're signing up for. At the heart of the Silverado and Sierra's reliability problems is cylinder deactivation technology, which is designed to improve fuel economy by shutting down some of the engine's cylinders under low load. While it may sound like a clever innovation, it actually causes engine failures and stalls with alarming frequency. Imagine cruising down the highway in your brand new truck when you suddenly hear a loud grinding noise coming from under the hood. Before you can do anything, the engine dies, leaving you stranded on the side of the road. For many owners, this nightmare has become all too familiar. When failures occur, they're more than just minor inconveniences. They cause catastrophic engine damage. In some cases, a complete engine replacement is required, a repair that can cost thousands of dollars. Even under warranty, the stress and downtime associated with such a serious failure is hard to ignore. The problem has become so widespread that class action lawsuits have been filed against General Motors. Owners believe GM should be held accountable for knowingly selling trucks with such serious reliability issues. For a company that built its reputation on durability, spending more time in court than on assembly lines is a serious red flag. As if engine problems weren't enough, the Silverado and Sierra also suffer from issues with their 10-speed automatic transmissions. Harsh shifting, sudden failures, and poor reliability leave owners feeling like their trucks are anything but smooth. For vehicles that are touted as reliable workhorses, These transmission issues are a significant blow. The reliability nightmare isn't limited to the Silverado and Sierra. Full-size SUVs like the Chevrolet Tahoe, GMC Yukon, and Cadillac Escalade, which use the same engine and transmission components, also suffer from these problems. It seems like GM has decided to play roulette with its entire lineup, and buyers are paying the price. It's painful to see trucks with such a rich history fall so low. For decades, the Silverado and Sierra have been the backbone of American roads, trusted by families, contractors, and adventurers. But with engine failures, damage, and transmission problems, these trucks have become a risk many can't afford. Even if your truck is still under warranty, the downtime, inconvenience, and stress of constant repairs are significant. And if the warranty has expired, the repair bills can be astronomical, making these trucks a poor long-term investment. The Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra are no longer the reliable, powerful machines they once were. With engine failures, stalls, and transmission issues, these trucks have become more of a liability than an asset. For buyers looking for reliability and peace of mind, it's time to look beyond these once iconic models, because owning a Silverado or Sierra today feels more like a roll of the dice than a smart investment. Last but not least, we have the GMC Yukon, Chevrolet Tahoe, and Cadillac Escalade. When it comes to full-size SUVs, the GMC Yukon, Chevrolet Tahoe, and Cadillac Escalade have long been considered the epitome of luxury and practicality. These vehicles promise spacious interiors, powerful engines, and the prestige of owning a top-of-the-line SUV. But beneath their premium exterior lies a troubling reality. A series of reliability issues that make these SUVs as risky as they are expensive. These SUVs use the same cylinder deactivation technology that has wreaked havoc on the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra trucks. This system, intended to improve fuel economy, has instead become the Achilles heel of these SUVs. Engine failures and malfunctions are common, often resulting in catastrophic damage that requires a complete engine replacement. Imagine heading out on a family road trip and suddenly the engine starts to stall on a deserted highway. For owners of these full-size SUVs, this scenario is not only possible, it's frighteningly common. The problems don't stop with the engines. The 10-speed automatic transmissions in these SUVs have their own issues, including rough shifting and sudden failures. For cars that are marketed as premium, the lack of a smooth, reliable drive is a bitter pill to swallow. Even when these issues are covered by warranty, the inconvenience of repeated breakdowns and long repair times takes its toll. Owners are forced to make frequent trips to the dealership, watching their luxury SUVs sit in service centers instead of racing on the open road. When you invest in a Cadillac Escalade or GMC Yukon, you're not just paying for transportation, but also for the assurance of quality, comfort, and prestige. Unfortunately, the reliability issues with these vehicles leave many owners feeling shortchanged. These SUVs are meant to symbolize success and reliability, but instead they become a source of financial and emotional stress. The initial cost of these SUVs is high, but the real expense comes from constant repairs. Engine replacements and transmissions. Even minor repairs can be costly due to the high-end components, making these vehicles a potential financial liability over time. The problems plaguing the Yukon, Tahoe, and Escalade are part of a broader reliability crisis across General Motors' full-size lineup. Owners and industry experts have criticized GM for failing to address these systemic problems, which have tarnished the reputation of some of its most iconic models. The GMC Yukon, Chevrolet Tahoe, and Cadillac Escalade may look like dream cars on the showroom floor. But for many owners, they're quickly turning into nightmares. With engine failures, transmission issues, and frequent repairs, these SUVs fall far short of the luxury and reliability they promise. If you're in the market for a premium full-size SUV, you might want to think twice before investing in one of these troubled models. Your wallet and your patience will thank you. We've taken you through the harsh realities of some of the most popular SUVs on the market. Vehicles that promise reliability, performance, and luxury, but fall short where it matters most. From catastrophic engine failures to transmission issues, these models have left countless owners on the sidelines, disappointed and with wallets much lighter than they ever expected. Here's the hard truth. A car's true value isn't just its sticker price. It's the endless repairs, sleepless nights, worry about reliability, and lost time fixing problems. Whether it's the fire hazards of the Ford Bronco Sport, the disappointment of the luxury of the Infiniti QX50, or the widespread failures across GM's lineup, these SUVs show that looks can be deceiving. But you don't have to fall into the same trap. Before you sign a contract, do your homework, study reliability reports, read owner reviews, and ask the tough questions about durability. Remember, shiny exteriors and flashy marketing mean nothing if the car spends more time in the shop than on the road. Because at the end of the day, a reliable car isn't just transportation, it's peace of mind. Be informed, be careful, and hit the road in a car you can truly rely on.